Hi, Sheri. Welcome to Cloud Analogy. And thank you so much, first of all, for taking out time for this very small feedback video for us. So, to start with, let's start with a very small introduction about SupportPay and about yourself.
Yes, I'm Sheri Atwood. I'm the founder and CEO of SupportPay, and SupportPay is an application that helps parents manage child support and share expenses directly between each other.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Sheri. So, I would further like to ask you, how did you find us and how this engagement started? Because it's been quite long since we are in this engagement, and we have a great future ahead. It's still going on. So, how did you find us?
Absolutely. So many years ago, I decided to be crazy and build the original application on Salesforce. I took Salesforce and I thought, hey, instead of recreating everything and having to have my own system and environment, could I just take Salesforce and an account could be a child support case and contacts could be parents and children. And
Right.
then using custom objects, we could do expenses and payments. And so the original product was built on Salesforce. And then about 3 years ago, I was looking for additional assistance as I was the main developer and coder. And so was looking for a strong team of individuals to help me, one, fix a lot of the bugs and then do future development on the product. And so I have had extensive experience with multiple development teams across the world. And so I posted what I was looking for on the Salesforce community boards and was lucky enough that Ajay and Akshay responded to my request looking for a partner.
Right, and we're so glad Ajay and Akshay at that moment responded because we really had a blast working with you. We have learned a lot from you as well throughout the way. So, how was your experience working with us, Sheri?
The experience has been fantastic. It was even from the beginning, I think, with Ajay and Akshay's entrepreneurial spirit and the fact that they were building this as not just a development and they would be the developer, but actually a true partner. And so some of the things when I remember one of my first conversations with them that I needed was one, a partner. Two, I needed a team of people that were going to implement what needed to happen, but also make sure that they were willing to push back and say this will work or this won't work or we have a better solution or there's a better way to do it. During our first conversation with Ajay and Akshay, one of the things that I was very clear about was I needed a development team, but I also needed a team that was willing to push back and to actually give recommendations to make the product better. That code quality was of utmost concern. Previously with developers, while they did the work, I found over and over they would just add to the debt or the code debt at the bottom and not really fix the issue, which made the product that much harder to scale. And so ensuring that they were, coding based on standards, that they were implementing the best solution, maybe not something that I implemented, as well as ensuring that, especially for new features and functionality, the team was willing to come to me and say, this would be a better solution or this would be a better way to do things. So a true actual development partnership, not just a bunch of developers doing exactly what I said needed to be done or what I thought at the time needed to be done.
Thank you for the lovely word. So, Sally, would you recommend us to others?
Absolutely. I would absolutely. In fact, I have many times. I think we've been going now on 3 years. Yeah,
Yep.
on 3 years working
Um,
together through a whole iteration of product and different services. And again, I think the biggest difference between your firm and other firms that I've worked with is the fact that it truly feels like a partnership and it's not just people somewhere else working on something. The team has done an amazing job of actually trying to get to understand who our customer is, what they need to do, what the use cases are, as well as, regular and constant updates and feedback, using Jira and the processes to make sure that we're delivering product, on time, we know what's coming, we know when issues happen, and even when bugs or urgent issues happen, the team jumps on it, whether it's in the middle of their night or on the weekend. So I truly feel like they are part of the SupportPay team and care about our customers, as much as we do.
We indeed are a part of your team, Sheri. And as I mentioned it earlier, it's always been a pleasure working with you. So, Sheri, thank you for the all those lovely words. But what are the 2, 3 main best things you would say are about us, about our company, working with us? What did you find best?
Yeah, I think one of the best things, and this really highlights what a great partnership, it was getting so complex. And when I first built the product, 6 years ago on Salesforce, that's when Salesforce was really driving towards a platform kind of environment. And as Salesforce has iterated, they've moved away from that. While they are pushing development for App Exchange, our product is a B2C product, not a B2B product. Mm-hmm. So, and with every one of their development cycles, it showed that we were getting farther and farther away from making it easy for us to develop and add new features and to grow and to scale. And so about a year ago, actually, and it was 2 years into the engagement, Akshay came to me and said, we think it's at a time where it probably makes sense for you to migrate off of Salesforce for your product. Now, don't get me wrong, we still use Salesforce for our sales and marketing and sales tracking, but the actual core product, he said, we think we have a better solution for you. And that's actually quite shocking. And I was very surprised, but it was so enlightening. And the fact that they were willing, Akshay was willing to say, hey, we think there's a better language out there for you to develop on, based on what they knew about the architecture and the product. So we're still using, the services on the Salesforce side, but then we also have been using, cloud for development on Next.js, using Ant Design. We completely redid the UI, the interface, and the whole infrastructure. So now, as we scale, we're going to be able to, scale faster and quicker based on our recommendations and what we needed. And that's very surprising, because most typical, I would say, Salesforce, which is where I met you guys, was a Salesforce implementation, never would have said that, right? They would have just kept on down that stream of, this is what it's on, let's just keep going, knowing that it was getting that much harder to add new and more complex features.
All right, but customer satisfaction is what is for utmost important for us, right? So
exactly, and it was the key. The key is that they're willing to, make the recommendations on what's best for us and for our customers, not just the technology stack that maybe we've been on for 6 years.
Right. So Sheri, any areas of improvement you think, we need to work upon, or anything of that sort? Any suggestions from you for us?
No, I think the team has been absolutely amazing and awesome. When even, I think we've only, in 3 years, I think only one person left, and I think because she actually left Cloud Analogy completely to go take another job, and even there, the transition was seamless. We've started developing several other products beyond the core SupportPay product, and being able to get new team members on board to build those out has been fantastic. And I think the biggest thing is the constant communication and the open communication. So while we have our daily stand-up calls, we also are on Teams constantly. So, and then we're using Jira to make sure that we're, constantly communicating back and forth, and that, if there's an issue, the team is on it immediately and is responsive. So all of those things, again, it all comes back to knowing that you guys are part of the team and care about our customers as much as we do. And so, it's not like a typical, I would say, outsource. I even refer to Akshay as my, interim CTO within my organization as I've been fundraising, because of the, tight partnerships that we have together.
Thank you so much, Sheri. Thanks a lot for your time, for these lovely words. It definitely gives us a lot of more confidence to, to serve you in a better way. Thank you so much.